Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Chris Alemany. You are watching the Alberniweather podcast for December 9th, 2024. Um, yeah, I haven't done it for a couple weeks, so I thought we should take a look and maybe look at the Christmas forecast, see if we can get out that far, and look at a few other things. So on Christmas, I got a message yesterday from somebody. It always happens around this time of year to update my Christmas light map here with a new location for people wanting to check out Christmas lights in the area. Um, there are a bunch of great displays out there. Um, Especially, I noticed, I can't remember if I have it on here. I think I do. Yeah, I do. On Waterhouse, there's a really crazy display up on the top of Waterhouse Street. Super cool. Yeah, so if you know of any great Christmas light displays, or if you have one in the city or around the valley that you want people to check out, just shoot me an email, alberniweather@gmail.com, and I'll put it on here. So yeah, been doing this for quite a few years, and there's always lots of interest in it. So um, check it out on the webpage. You can find it just in the home menu there in Christmas lights, or it's just alberniweather.ca/Christmas lights. Yeah, so that's cool. So since we're talking about Christmas, let's go to the long range forecast here. And we can check out what we can expect to see getting up towards Christmas. So the longest forecast here that I sort of trust is this 16-day forecast from the Canadian global model. And it's getting just out to December 24th. And wow, look at that. So I right away, I would say we are not having a white Christmas, folks. If that's what this forecast is going to stay at, we will definitely not be having any kind of snow for Christmas. So that's median 6.4 degrees, getting up to 10 degrees possibly around Christmas Day. So it's going to be a very green Christmas, at least at this point. Now we do have a couple moments here. So before Christmas, in the next week or two, we're gonna have a lot of fog in the next couple days, and that's gonna persist. Um, and we do have a couple periods here where we could be down into zero range. So that will always kind of bring the possibility, at least, of some snow. So this is next weekend, this coming weekend, I mean, December 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So through the weekend and early next week, it looks somewhat cooler. And on Tuesdays, the end of that little cool period, looks like there's a possibility of a tiny little bit of snow, 5 centimeters. So that looks like the only real possibility for snow in the next 2 weeks out to Christmas. Um, Other than that, it's looking not dry, I wouldn't say. So we have precipitation here starting today, going out to Thursday. It's going to be mostly dry. So most of this is just going to be foggy days. And then it does ramp up a little bit. By the end of the month, we're at 300 millimeters. So we'll see if that pans out. I would be surprised, honestly, if we got that much. That might just be um, sort of long range climate sort of related. patterns rather than solid weather forecasting. So 300 millimeters by Christmas. We'll see if we get that much. But the really important one here is we can see this temperature. It's down around zero next weekend, and then going towards Christmas Day, we're up above 5 degrees. Yeah, median 7 degrees. So anywhere between 5 and 10. So definitely not looking like white Christmas kind of weather. But never lose hope. You never know if that's the kind of thing you want to go for. Then we'll hopefully get there eventually. Um, I think that's all we can look at for there. So just circling back, it's 4 degrees outside. It is foggy. Do be careful if you're driving. It was quite foggy on the roads this morning. So be careful there. We don't expect any rain in the next couple days. Just cloudy, mostly through Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday night we will get into a little bit of rain. So Friday night there's says periods of rain or snow. That's interesting. I don't think that'll hang around. I think it's just going to be rain. But let's look at a few other things here. Just looking at the radar, we won't be able to see much, I don't think, in the way of precipitation. It should be fairly dry. Got a little bit maybe out in Vancouver. Yeah, it looks like. So just a little bit of that might even just be the mountains there. It's not actually rain, so nothing there. Air quality is looking pretty good through the valley, so that's a good thing this morning. And Yeah, so let's go to the forecast here. I'm just gonna look up last night's forecast, and we'll look out to the long range here just to see what the weekend will hold. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday should stay fairly dry. It's gonna look a lot like last week, pretty foggy, and not a whole lot of opportunity to see the sun. But we should see a change coming in on Wednesday night and on Thursday. Um, it looks actually like this model has things changing a little later. So you could see this is Thursday morning. It still hasn't really ramped up as far as moisture on the island, but there's a little band of rain here offshore. Doesn't look like it's going to amount to much. That's just at the very end of this model. So that's Thursday afternoon, and there isn't really a whole lot of rain there. The other big story, of course, is the Philippine Mars and whether they're going to be leaving anytime soon. The biggest problem they're having is with the low clouds, the fog. They can't take off Sprout Lake without being able to see the mountains. So they are stuck as long as it is not clear skies for them to be able to get out of the lake. So that is the big impediment. I know they've had a few issues with some of the engines. It's a 70-year-old aircraft, so that's okay. I'm sure they'll get those all figured out. But the hardest thing is the weather this time of year. It's going to be pretty hard to get out of there. I suspect if the Philippine is ready to go mechanically, um, then they will take the first opportunity to get in the air as soon as it clears. So be aware of that. If you see any clear skies and it's uh, the weekday, then you could see the Philippine Mars in the air, and potentially leaving town for the last time. So that's looking out to Thursday. Let's just see if we can get a little further out to see what the weekend will bring. So this is the very high level forecast. So you can see there's a bit of a storm going into the Gulf of Alaska Thursday. But yeah, it doesn't look like too much. So we'll have to wait a little bit to really see, but it doesn't really look like there's any there's no big connections to any moisture down south, no atmospheric rivers, no ex-tropical cyclones or anything. Have a little bit of a low here coming in Thursday afternoon way offshore. Maybe that'll spin up into something, but it doesn't look like a whole lot. So I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of showers in the next week. It's looking pretty dry, and this ridge here of high pressure is going to keep it foggy. So yeah, that's what we're kind of into. Pretty typical for a December. Perhaps in the next, 2 weeks, maybe just after Christmas, maybe we'll get a bit of a pattern switch and get some cold air in from the Arctic. But until then, doesn't look like a whole lot of activity. Um, I just wanted to see if we have here. Uh, yeah, that's not going to go out any further. Okay, I think that's about it. I'll leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and please check out the Christmas lights map. I'm going to try to give it a go and update it. In the next couple days here. So please do send in any suggestions. Even if you're not don't have to check the map first. Just shoot me an email with an address, and I can put it up on the map. And yeah, have a great time. Good luck with all the Christmas shopping, and we'll talk again soon. Alberniweather. Thanks. Bye.